I am Bill Rochelle, columnist for the American Bankruptcy Institute. In today's installment of Rochelle's Daily Wire, video edition, we're going to talk about contempt of the automatic stay. There is an old adage which says you can measure the anger of a bankruptcy judge by the length of the opinion finding a creditor in contempt of the automatic stay. In my column on the ABI website, I reported about an opinion by Bankruptcy Judge Mike Nakagawa of Las Vegas. His opinion is 59 pages in length, and he assesses $300,000 in actual and punitive damages against a mortgage servicer for repeatedly violating the automatic stay. The debtors were a couple in Chapter 13 in the process of making payments under their Chapter 13 plan. They were receiving demands of payment for a subordinate mortgage that was to receive no payments under the plan. Finally, about 6 months after they had been making payments, the husband of this couple called the mortgage servicer and said, "Listen, we're in bankruptcy, Chapter 13. You are not allowed to demand payment on that mortgage." Well, the servicer continued, in effect, sending, as Judge Nakagawa says, almost 100 either letters or telephone calls demanding payment in the period of time before they received their discharge. Now, the debtors had a problem in the sense that they had used an incorrect address for notices to the mortgage servicer. As it turns out, Judge Nakagawa found out that the servicer had an informal, unwritten policy calling for the servicer to ignore any communications that did not come from the actual borrower. Now, as it turned out, only the wife was a borrower, not the husband, so the servicer ignored the husband's telephone call. It turned out at trial, however, that there was a formal written policy by the servicer which said that they were to respond to immediately any notification about bankruptcy, no matter who it came from. In other words, the informal, unwritten policy was starkly in conflict with the written policy. Judge Nakagawa, as you can imagine, did not have much patience for this mortgage servicer, and as I said already, he assessed $300,000 in actual and punitive damages. The actual damages were $100,000 for emotional distress. I need to report that the mortgage servicer has already filed a notice of appeal. If there is a reversal, you can be sure that I will report that event on Rochelle's Daily Wire, which comes out every day on the ABI website. Well, in the meantime, I hope you are safe, hunkered down, keeping yourself well, and to the best you can, enjoy life. We will, God willing, be back same time next week to report about something that has happened in the world